After fighting a respiratory illness, Andre died in December 2004. And while the pages of history will show that to date, 60 years after his career began, Andre played in the major leagues longer than any other Bahamian. What the pages of history won't show is how much he loved his family and how more than anything he was proud of his strong and enduring relationship with his community.
Andre Rogers was a ball player, yes. He was the first Bahamian to play Major League Ball, but we are not going to pigeonhole him as a great sports hero of the Bahamas. He was a Bahamian hero. He was a young man who had never played baseball in his life. And he did not let that deter him. He went on to become a great baseball player in the United States, in a country where millions of children aspire every year to enter Major League Baseball, where they start from the playground and they go right up through school. He did not have that. I want them to get the message that they can do anything that they want to do, that the size of their country does not determine the size of their achievement. And he was such a wonderful example of that. And so that is the message, that we, right in our neighborhood, we grew a Bahamian hero that every child, including my granddaughter, has to know about as a part of her heritage.
So there you have it, the Andre Rogers story. I know that he would have been uncomfortable watching this documentary, but I also know that he would have been very proud that it's being dedicated to children everywhere.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.
Coming up in the news, a small supply of COVID-19 vaccines donated to the country. Also, the public transportation system under fire tonight as some residents claim they are being treated unfairly. And a 24-hour hotline launched to assist with domestic violence matters. The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, starts now.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Bahamas, I'm Shoshana Wolf-Parkinson. As always, it is so great to have you with us. Topping news this evening, the Bahamas has received 3,496 doses of the COVID-19 AstraZeneca vaccine, a donation from the British overseas territories of Montserrat and Anguilla, with the assistance of United Kingdom High Commissioner Sarah Dixon. Receiving the vaccines yesterday at the Lyndon Pindling International Airport, Dr. Marceline Dalweges, chair of the National National COVID-19 Vaccine Consultative Committee and Special Health Advisor to the Prime Minister, says the vaccines are a welcomed addition to the current vaccine supplies and will be used to continue the administration of second doses. Dalwich is also expressing deep appreciation to the governments and the people of Montserrat and Anguilla and the United Kingdom for the much-needed support. She also thanked the Pan American Health Organization for helping to coordinate this effort. While hospitalizations from COVID-19 continue to rise, 79 of the 92 hospitalized cases throughout the country are considered moderately ill, and 22 of the 274 deaths are under investigation. Tonight, the head of the COVID task force shares whether or not some of these increased cases could be linked to the Delta variant and how COVID-related deaths are classified. The Ryan Memorial Hospital is filling up with persons affected by COVID-19. Over the past few days, the island has experienced double digits, except for Wednesday, which according to the latest dashboard showed 7 new cases. But the amount of deaths as it relates to COVID-19 is concerning. 274, of which 63 are non-COVID deaths, and 22 are still under investigation. Among the cases being investigated is that of a Grand Bahama woman who tested positive for COVID last week and died on Tuesday.
That has to be fully investigated. We do our review here. Some cases are clear-cut. Some cases, basically, you have persons who have comorbids, meaning that they are overweight, they have hypertension, they have diabetes, or they have some other problem that may have contributed to their death.
In the nation's capital, an appeal by Princess Margaret Hospital has been made to the public for the collection of their deceased loved ones from the hospital's morgue. But local health officials say that this is not a challenge for Grand Bahama at this time. Dr. Bartlett says that new variants have also been confirmed in the Bahamas, including the Alpha and Iota. We asked the head of the COVID task force if any of these new cases are suspected as the Delta variant.
For me, the way it is behaving, it acts like, smells like, walks like. So I would be surprised if it is not picked up as being a Delta virus. And one of the approaches that we're using as a task force in Grand Bahama is, until proven otherwise, we do have the Delta variant amongst us. The test samples that have been sent out nationally have been labeled as variant. We've been having variant interaction within our population since as early as January.
And while the health experts in Nassau believe that the rise in cases may have much to do with the Independence holiday, Dr. Bartlett says that remains to be seen.
We do not have a clear-cut association with that because the cases, it preceded the Independence holiday. How much it contributes to it, again, we're still doing the analysis with that.
But the medical professionals are still pushing the message of vaccinations. The only problem is, with a limited batch of vaccines in the country, they're now focusing on persons who need the second jab.
What we're trying to do is encourage those persons who are missing the second dose, some of them are even beyond 12 weeks. And the thing is, you're still going to get some benefits from doing it after that. So the outliers and the persons who have passed time frame or past their button, we're trying to get those to come back to complete their vaccinations.
And he says whether we consider this the third or fourth wave, the significant increase in COVID numbers means more hospitalizations where some people will have a poor outcome. And this is why he continues to remind the public that we are in a pandemic and following the safety protocols could be the difference between life and death. In other news, the Department of Social Services relaunching its national 24-hour hotline service on Grand Bahama. Acting Deputy Director for the Northern Bahamas District says the hotline will be manned by a pool of trained individuals to assist with domestic violence and shelter matters, in addition to social outreach. Remiko Knowles has more.
The 24-hour hotline will be fully operational on Friday, July 23rd. Acting Deputy Director with the Department of Social Services, Charlamagne Fernandez, says it gives them great pleasure to reintroduce the service to Grand Bahama.
Because we see on a daily basis that persons in these communities are suffering a tremendous amount of stress and strain, more than the ordinary stresses of life. Their situations are being severely impacted by Hurricane Dorian. We're still feeling the effects of that and will do so for a while yet. And that, of course, is being compounded by the COVID-19 pandemic, which is ongoing.
Chief Welfare Officer and Manager of the National Hotline, Jody Burrows, says the service is long overdue, as many people in the district are still traumatized in the aftermath of Hurricane Dorian and the pandemic. The hotline will address a myriad of issues.
Domestic violence, child abuse protection matters, suicide threats, attempts, emergency temporary housing, trafficking in persons or smuggling persons. Based on the nature of the crisis, it may be necessary for us to refer your matters to agencies who are in the position to assist you.
In addition, she says the department also offers several other assistance programs.
We also offer financial assistance and medical assistance, and these assistances you can just come into the department to make application for. The cellular number for the hotline is 727-2471 or 352-9851 or 2.
Now, officials note that the hotline is also available in New Providence, Abaco, and other family islands.
Contacts can be made on all of the other family islands where the department has a local office through that office or the officer on the ground there. So they would offer the exact same types of services that Ms. Burrows had mentioned earlier.
The hotline numbers are 727-2471, 352-9851, or 352-9852. Ramiko Knowles, ZNS Network News.
The public transportation system under fire tonight as some residents claim they are being treated unfairly by local bus drivers. The issues include overcharging passengers and the overcapacity of buses. Well, tonight, the chairman of the Grand Bahama Bus Association also addressing these concerns. Jamila Mizik reports.
Some senior citizens allege that they have been overcharged, and on some occasions drivers would refuse to provide change after they would have collected the bus fare. Bus driver Jerome Smith admits that this is sometimes the case.
Come on, you gotta work good. You can't work like animals, you gotta work like human beings. Some of them give people a chance, they keep it, and that is wrong. I see it happens. When I come on my bus, you say, driver, use the first one. They give me my 25 cents back. I say, miss, I don't give nobody money. Now, if you tell me keep it, it's fine. But I know some people ain't working. Some people got, they get a pension from national insurance. But you got people got to live, them old people. Sometimes some of them charging old people $1.75. I don't do that. The senior people, I charge them $1 a piece.
And Smith is also charging that some of his fellow bus drivers are not adhering to COVID safety protocols.
The COVID's still on, so you can't jam up your people like sardine. If the man say carry 9 passengers, small bus carry 7, they by the law. But they don't pay by the law, you see?
So you've witnessed them carrying more passengers than allowed?
Yeah, all the time.
Well, we spoke to chairman of the GB Bus Association, Leslie Woodside, about the concerns of passengers, and he had this response.
I would suggest to anyone, any passenger who would utilize the bus system here in Grand Bahama, if they have any complaints, to get the number of that particular bus, the license plate, not the number that is on the bus itself, because there are several buses that have the same number, same route. Get the license plate number and take that complaint to road traffic.
He explains the protocols for bus drivers at this time.
If your bus carries a maximum of 15 passengers in this COVID environment, then you ask by the authorities to half that. Take 6 or 7 persons, make sure that they are seated distance apart, make sure that they sanitize before they come into the bus, and make sure that they pay their fees, because we have a complaint that passengers wanted free ride And that can't happen.
Woodside is discouraging bus drivers who are taking more passengers than allowed to discontinue doing so in order to protect themselves and their passengers. As for the complaints of overcharging from senior citizens,
the bus fee is $1.25 from bus stop to bus stop. Senior citizen, anyone over 60 years of age, and particularly if they produce their national insurance senior citizen card, they are to be charged $1 and not $1.25. If they give you $2, for heaven's sake, give them back their $1 back. I would say to passengers as well. There's a taxi line there on the bus, right in front of the bus stop. If you have to go to a particular place, the bus is scheduled to go from bus stop to bus stop, not to your home. If the bus driver, you ask the bus driver to take you to your home, and he charge you a fee that is more than $1.25, there's nothing we can do with that.
Jamila Mizik, ZNS Network News.
Thanks, Jamila. Now on to a lighter note. Local producers and artisans are celebrating the success of the farmers market. The concept introduced to the Grand Bahama community just a few weeks ago is reaping dividends. Italia Hall reports.
Some 48 vendors taking part in the Our Garden Farmers Market Fest, the monthly initiative taking place on the community park on the Princess Lawn. Member of Parliament for Central Grand Bahama, the Honorable Iram Lewis says it's all about empowering Bahamians.
Through our partnership with Harcourt, we were given permission to come and clean the area up. It's now clean. It is beautifully restored. The general public and visitors alike, they're enjoying it. And we thought about what a more appropriate place. You can find a more appropriate place to have events such as this. So we're looking at doing this on a monthly basis where persons can come out, they can sell their wares, they can sell their produce, and they can be empowered financially.
He says vendors from the first event told him that their items sold out, and he is pleased to see Bahamians supporting one another.
And as I see people here walking around with their shopping bags filled with souvenirs, filled with baked goods, filled with eggs, filled with plants and vegetable produce, it is just very exciting. Food security is very important. The Minister of Agriculture and Fisheries, he's been pushing it. We've been partnering, and I just want to encourage them to now not only grow their produce, understanding that they're not only feeding themselves directly, but they can now also earn a living by selling what it is that they grow in their backyard.
Vendors Esther Farrington and Yvette Poitier say they are proud to be a part of the event.
Coconut roll, tamarind sauce, cookies, anything in the pastry line is what we carry.
I see you also have some plants here.
Of course, we carry plants as well. You know, Dorian put us in the garden, so we have your fresh herbs and plants that be around the house. Thyme, pomegranate.
Being home since last year, March, I found that I had a little more time on my hand. So I just decided to pick up a hobby, and sewing was it. And it feels great to be on here. I wasn't expecting this much vendors, but it's really nice. The support has been coming in slowly, but it's picking up.
Italia Hall, ZNS Network News.
And in keeping with celebrations marking the country's 48th year of independence, we continue to highlight athletes who have represented the country abroad. Tonight, we hear from a 5-time Carifta swim team member who says when called on, he represents the Bahamas with pride. Here's Jay Philippe.
Mel Ferguson has been on the national scene since the age of 11. He first started swimming at the YMCA pool in his early childhood years. With more and more repetition, he then grew to love the sport. He now attends St. Leo University in Tampa, Florida as a member of their aquatics team. Ferguson has represented the Bahamas on a number of junior national teams. He shares what it means to compete as a young Bahamian athlete.
Words can't describe that feeling. That's just a different feeling, you know. Especially when you know your family, people, even people you don't know, watching you on TV, like compete and go hard. That's just, words can't describe that feeling. But the best word I can find to describe that feeling is just nerve-wracking. It's just exciting.
Swimming has afforded Ferguson with many opportunities. Even during the summer break away from school, he continues to train 6 days a week at the pool. He says his commitment towards excellence is what drives him.
I made the Grifter team 5 times. The feeling, the first Grifter feeling, it's like winning. Well, I don't know what it feels like to win a championship, but like from what I see, it's like winning, like say an NBA championship. That's the best comparison I can make to making your first Grifter. But you know, making 5 Grifter teams, getting an individual medal, getting relay medals, getting some very good times. You know, it's a dream come true for most kids inspired to make Grifter teams, and CC Gyan teams are that too. And then from CC Gyan you can make Ivano, and then you can make Olympics, Pan Am, you know, stuff like that.
Ferguson also offered some advice to young aspiring athletes on what it takes to get to the next level.
Always positive thoughts, never think negative. If you think negative, then obviously your body will follow the negative thoughts. Always keep positive. And I just want to say, all this wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for the late Coach Bell. Coach Bell not only taught us how to be like physically fit, but he taught us like the mental aspect of being an athlete. Like you never give up, always be determined. You will fail. That's a part of life. But don't let that set you back. Always think positive and keep moving forward.
Ramel Ferguson will be returning to St. Leo University for the fall semester as a sophomore with hopes of becoming an All-American this upcoming year. But for now, let's celebrate the 5-time Grifter team member for the impact he has had in the sport as we celebrate 48 years as an independent country. I'm Jay Philippe, ZNS Network News.
What a wise young man. Stay with us. We'll be back right after this.
Come on down. Come on down. Now.
Across the Bahamas, we're more connected than ever before as we upgrade and expand our network, elevating your connection with BTC super-fast fiber internet. More people can access the best high-speed internet on our upgraded all-fiber optic network, providing you with a better experience working remotely, learning virtually, accessing more from home, and connecting with more opportunities. Visit our website or any store to upgrade to our super-fast fiber internet experience on the Bahamas' best fiber network.
Third Dimension on Yellow Pine Street introduces its new home improvement center. Step into our brand new fully stocked showroom for the latest in doors, tiles, housewares, kitchenwares, bathwares, vanities, power tools, electrical, and plumbing supplies. So stop by our showroom to view our full range of products or call the Home Advisor hotline at 602-0935 today. We are your home advisors.
Esquire Men's Freeport has new arrivals of vibrant Nautica pieces. Contact them at 352-8816 or place your order online at www.esquiremen.com.
I'm Alex Thompson. I am the owner of Signature Choices Bahamas. Signature Choices is a full-service lingerie and gift boutique. What that means is we not only carry lingerie items for the bachelorette party and the bridal party and the honeymoon, but we also carry items for maternity, for the young ladies that are coming into womanhood and they need those particular garments. We have also bedroom slippers. We have fun stuff as well, and we cater great gifts. And we also have the pajamas, the robes, and we have other loungewear in stock for men as well. The most important thing is we are now online. You can shop Signature Choices online and any of the entities, Choices Scent, Choices After Dark, and Genesis Street Gear, all online. And we deliver. You can either do direct deposit through your bank account, or you can use your credit card on delivery or cash on delivery. We are located at number 5, 17th Center, downtown Freeport. You can also call us at 351-2528, and we're also on WhatsApp with that same number. So if you've got a quick question or you see a product somewhere else and you want to know if we have it, just go ahead and WhatsApp us or text us at that number.
It's the summer you deserve. Introducing the Alcatel One SE with Freedom 12 plan included. Switch to Alive today. Alive, believe in best.
Hey, what you doing, boy? Don't jump. Don't jump. You all right? I'm like so stressed out. I could use a massage. Oh, no. Don't look at me. I don't do them things. Why don't you check out the ZNS Shopping Network? They may be able to help you with something like that.
You think they have something for that?
Yeah, man, for sure.
For New Day Spa?
That's the place where the girls them just rub you down and fill you up.
Look, I am buying this coupon for the hot stone massage. Renew Day Spa it is. I'm going.
Hey, look here. Wait for me. I rolling with you.
Log on to www.znsshoppingnetwork.com. Select the island of your choice and shop anywhere, anytime.
Your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Welcome back. Friends and members of the community coming together to pay tribute to social and political activist Kendall KCX Colebrook, who passed away last week. Some remembered him as a freedom fighter and the voice of the people. Megan Shepherd was there.
We pause to remember and share the life of a freedom fighter, a brother, a father, a son, and most certainly a legend.
Family members, activists, and loved ones gathering to pay tribute to the late Kendall KCX Colebrook. Colebrook being remembered as one who was always outspoken about his love and desire to see change in Grand Bahama and the country. Member of Parliament for East Grand Bahama, Peter Turnquest, says although Colebrook fiercely criticized him, they were able to make amends a few months back.
I want the family to know that certainly I appreciated him. I appreciated what he was trying to do. We had many conversations about his approach, and I tried to counsel him with respect to using a more tactful way of trying to get what he's trying to communicate across. But, you know, Casey was a special character, and he did it his way.
Colebrook's eldest son, Omar Lightbourne, says that Colebrook set an example of what it truly meant to put country above self. Casey's youngest sister, thanking everyone for their continued support during this time.
So even on his dying bed, he still was worried about his country. That's an example. He sacrificed everything for us, so we cannot let his death go in vain. So, rephrase that. He is not dead. He's alive in us. And he always preached that we are stronger together.
I just want to thank everybody for everything on the calls and the prayers and everything. Thank you so much.
Activist Troy Garvey and C. Allen Johnson both worked closely with Colebrook. They're remembering him as a true fighter that never gave up.
We will always remember him, and we will not let his fight and his word die in this Grand Bahama or the Bahamas on the whole. And we call this press conference in tribute to him because it is so deserving to have him here.
KCX believed in community, civic, social, political, religious, environmental, and human rights advocacy, something that we both shared. We have a very close relationship. But one thing that we knew in the order of our advocacy, it was God, family, country, then self.
President of the Enough Movement, Chantel Johnson Ryan, emphasizing that the fight for change will continue.
There will be a memorial service in Nassau, which will be held the 28th of July. Service will be held at First Baptist Church, Market Street, from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. The homegoing funeral service will be held at Jubilee Cathedral, the 31st of July, 2021.
Megan Shepherd, ZNS Network News.
And he will certainly be missed. Stay with us. Our Facebook friend of the night up next.
Are you ready to step out with designer shoes or handbags? Visit Steppin' Out.
They've relocated at number 4 Old Sam's Plaza. Stepping out when you want to put your best foot forward.
Across the Bahamas, we're more connected than ever before as we upgrade and expand our network, elevating your connection with BTC super-fast fiber internet. More people can access the best high-speed internet on our upgraded all-fiber optic network, providing you with a better experience working remotely, learning virtually, accessing more from home, and connecting with more opportunities. Visit our website or any store to upgrade to our super-fast fiber internet experience on the Bahamas' best fiber network.
Get more and save less at Bellevue Business Depot. As the largest office supply store in Grand Bahama, we offer a large variety of office supplies, furnitures, computers, laptops, tablets, sanitizing products, and much more. Want to check emails or log on Facebook? Visit our cyber center where we offer low rates for the use of the computers. In addition, we provide printing services for all your booklets, copies, house plans, and much more. While you wait, don't forget to visit our cafe where we offer fresh Bahamian patties made daily, hot flavored coffees, mochas, and much more. Want to send or receive money? Do it right here at our Western Union located in our main store. Need your computer repaired? Visit Computer Kingdom where they specialize in computer software and repair. Your complete one-stop shop for your everyday needs. Visit Bellevue Business Depot. Located on Queens Highway, we are open Monday to Friday 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. We can be reached at 688-6200. Small office space is also available for rent. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Bellevue Business Depot.
Island Bedding is the Bahamas' leading manufacturer in mattress sets. But did you know we also carry top quality products like pillows, comforters, sheets, and much more. Our furniture line is also expanding to meet the needs of those rebuilding. We have bedroom sets, sofa beds, recliners, accent pieces, and so much more. Come and experience Island Bedding today, where everybody deserves their own island.
Every year, hurricanes are getting stronger and stronger. Don't you want to make sure your home is secured with the strongest windows, doors, and roof? If so, come on down to World's Wholesale on Queens Highway in the Bamboo East Complex, opposite Yeager Funeral Home, where we sell the highest quality hurricane impact windows, doors, metal roofs, and hurricane shutters at the best prices you can find in the U.S. and Bahamas. Visit our store Monday to Friday from the hours of 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. to see the quality of our products. Contact us today for a free estimate.
Hey there, my name is Nico Nesbitt from the Fitness Connection, and this is Health Bites, where every week we bring you a helpful tip to help improve your health and fitness. Today we're going to talk about the flu. It's flu season. I got some helpful tips for you to help avoid the flu. Tip number 1, stay active. Staying active helps to increase your immune system and your overall health, which is going to fight off the flu if you get in contact. Tip number 2 is to stay hydrated. Drink lots of fluids. Fluids help to flush out toxins and other viruses, so you want to make sure you're drinking plenty of fluids. Tip number 3, make sure you take a multivitamin or immune supplement. Elderberry is specifically good for the flu. It helps shorten the amount of time that you have the flu and also helps to fight off the flu. Another good vitamin is vitamin D and zinc, which is shown that when you have a deficiency in them, you're more likely to get the flu. So supplementing them in the reverse will help you prevent catching the flu. Well, that's our time. Hope you found these tips useful. Remember, if you need any of the vitamins and supplements mentioned, we have them available at the Fitness Connection, both in Nassau and Freeport. Thanks for watching.
That's what I told her. Bring the winding thing here. This is Rick and Script, so show me emotion. Hey, wine and go down low.
The King of the North is back. Power 104.5 FM.
Your number one news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Andrea Janine Sands Albury, you are our Facebook friend of the day. We say thank you for your support. And that's going to do it for us here in the North. On behalf of our entire ZNS News team, I'm Shashina Wolf-Parkinson. The Bahamas Tonight continues.
Coming up in the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, CARICOM's chair talks COVID hesitancy. The Bahamas secures more COVID-19 vaccines. The PHA issues an urgent appeal. And Haitians here at home memorialize their fallen president. Those stories and more when the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, returns.
Hurricane season is here, so now's the time to start checking off your list. Make note of what you have. Test your batteries, radio, flashlights, and the expiry date on your first aid kit. You may have to replace a few things. Then make sure you have at least 1 gallon of drinking water per day for each person, 2 weeks supply of non-perishable food, a cooler for ice, and if you have an infant, pack a bag of baby items. Keep spare toilet paper, paper towels, and sanitation wipes, along with cleanup supplies, trash bags, waterproof packaging for personal documents, and mosquito repellent. Have 2 extra face masks per person and enough hand sanitizer and life vests for everyone in the household. And have a plan. If shelter gets compromised, plan with household members beforehand how you will escape. That might mean having a knife, axe, crowbar, or other tool to pry open a door, window, or roofing in an emergency. For more information and a full hurricane prep checklist, visit znsbahamas.com.
Good evening, Bahamas. I'm Akush Lapinder, and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight. Thanks so much for tuning in. A lot's been said about COVID in the past year. Some the public has dismissed despite science saying otherwise. But if there's one thing we can agree on is that COVID does not discriminate. It's not a problem based on race, gender, sexuality, or nationality, but everyone's problem. And as CARICOM's chair points out, that alone is reason enough why it requires a common solution. He spoke with us from Antigua and Barbuda in this ZNS News exclusive. CARICOM Chair and Prime Minister of Antigua and Barbuda, the Honorable Gaston Brown, laying it bare. The economic wounds from COVID's impact on the Caribbean are getting deeper and deeper. And with recovery being protracted for quite a while, this undermines the prospect of existing jobs, leading to increasing unemployment throughout the region. What's worse is that economic fallout could last for a very long time. To turn things around, small island developing states like the Bahamas must not only secure sufficient COVID vaccines, but once in country, its people must be willing to take the shot. And at this point, Prime Minister Brown believes it's more an issue of vaccine complacency than hesitancy.
What we've observed within the region is that we only get a spike in vaccinations whenever there's an outbreak, whenever there's a significant outbreak. That is so unfortunate. And then when you look at the threat of the Delta strain, which is sure to come to the Caribbean, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Unfortunately, we still have a large category of unvaccinated persons, and that represents fertile ground for COVID spread. So it seems as though there's a significant amount of complacency, and I don't know that governments can rely on incentives. It seems as though that we now have to up the ante in order to save our citizens and residents from themselves, and in order to even protect our economies.
Brown further reasons that key to all this is harmonizing a public education program whereby influential people throughout the region encourage vaccinations.
We have been literally exchanging notes with each other as to how we should approach this challenge. We recognize that many of the countries are now introducing policies to provide employees with a safe workplace, a safe work environment, both in the public and private sectors. So those are strategies that we have discussed, and even though they have not been implemented in all member states, I mean, a number of member states would have moved forward to put those policies in place.
And such policies are critical to reaching herd immunity. The other side to this, sadly, more hospitalizations and even deaths.
So, we are very concerned because our region is one of the most vulnerable areas in the world. And achieving herd immunity through vaccinations is critical. It's perhaps more critical for us than even developed countries, because they have sufficient internal resources that they don't have to depend on any other country. In our case, if you don't get tourists coming to our shores, many of our countries and our peoples obviously will descend into abject poverty. But I don't think that our people have quite gotten it. I mean, there are individuals who believe that it is exclusively a personal choice as to whether or not one should get vaccinated. It is.
Well, speaking of vaccines, the Bahamas has secured 3,496 doses of the COVID-19 AstraZeneca vaccine. The donation from the British Overseas Territories of Montserrat and Anguilla, with the assistance of the United Kingdom High Commissioner Sarah Dixon. Chairman of the National COVID-19 Consultative Committee and Special Health Advisor to the Prime Minister, Dr. Mercelin Dow-Regis, says the vaccines will be used to administer second doses. Now, despite more AstraZeneca in country, the government's still exploring all other vaccine sources, and that includes the popular Pfizer vaccine. Last night, we heard from AstraZeneca's representative. Tonight, Pfizer's local distributor shares similar sentiments of it being both safe and productive. Aljaviz Munnings has that story.
No official word yet as to when the two-dose Pfizer vaccine will land in the Bahamas. But the company's official distributor here, Lowe's Wholesale Drug Agencies Limited, anticipate they can supply the vaccine for commercial use only whenever it happens. Lowe's officials made an initial pitch to acquire the vaccine as soon as it was approved. But due to global demand, they have to wait.
We have still been told that it's not available to us, and I know that they are increasing and ramping up production all over the world, but it is not to the level that it will be distributed to the private markets at this point in time.
According to its website, the Pfizer-BioNTech COVID-19 vaccine has been authorized for emergency use by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration under an emergency use authorization to prevent the COVID-19 virus for individuals 12 years of age and older. The company plans to produce over 1.3 billion doses this year alone. The long-standing relationship between Pfizer and Lowe's Wholesale is the main reason why Managing Director William Cash Jr. is confident in the product.
I think it'll be an excellent product. I think it's going to be something that we're going to need more of, and perhaps even booster shots at some later point in time. So we would be very happy to assist in getting the product on the ground.
The pharmaceutical executive also reiterates the message that vaccination is very important. He got the polio vaccine as a young child and believes without vaccination, the COVID-19 pandemic will linger for a long time.
I looked at the chart this morning, and our numbers are quite low as far as our vaccination rate, and that's a shame. I was very confident in it as soon as the government opened up the ability for us to go and get vaccinated. I signed up and went and got the AstraZeneca, and totally happy with the results. It's very, very important for folk to get a handle on this. It will keep you out of hospital. It will keep you from succumbing to the disease.
Altaviz Munnings, ZNS Network News.
Well, as we've been reporting, COVID-19 cases are on the rise again globally, and this despite vaccination efforts, with the much more transmissible Delta variant being blamed for the turn. One of the country's leading infectious disease specialists discusses the implications for the Bahamas with our Cleopatra Murphy.
Mushrooming COVID-19 infections, a sustained surge in hospitalizations, and the increasing number of COVID-19 deaths is causing alarm among healthcare officials. With the Delta variant now accounting for 83% of new COVID-19 infections in the U.S., Director of the National HIV/AIDS and Infectious Disease Program, Dr. Nakia Forbes, says this could possibly be contributing to the country's latest surge as the Bahamas continues to battle the third wave of COVID-19.
The Delta variant is very infectious. It's very infectious. 60% more infectious than another variant of concern, the Alpha variant, which is more infectious than the original COVID. There's more of it in the airways. It's increasing hospitalizations. People with the Delta variant, the data shows us worldwide, they're 85% more likely to be hospitalized. Deaths are also increasing by 20% that are associated with the Delta variant. And so, yes, concerning, very concerning.
Up to Wednesday, the Bahamas had recorded 13,781 cases of COVID-19, with health officials reporting 100 new infections on Sunday, 81 cases on Monday, and 95 cases on Wednesday. The Public Hospitals Authority this week announced changes to mitigate against the spread of the virus and to better manage ballooning cases. Among them, only accepting emergency cases at the Princess Margaret Hospital's emergency department, also suspending elective surgeries. Forbes says it has been a difficult time for healthcare workers watching patients die.
Very difficult with ill patients requiring a lot of care. And with the surge, we're seeing hospitalizations are increasing, and the COVID care units are basically at their healthcare worker capacity at this time, with spillover in other places, and therefore other services are impacted. And so we do need to we need desperately to get control of the situation.
The Pan American Health Organization has so far confirmed the presence of the Alpha variant and Iota COVID-19 variants in the Bahamas. With the Delta variant rampant in the U.S., CNN reports the CDC now predicts that by mid-August, up to 625,000 COVID-19 deaths and 14,000 new hospitalizations will take place there. With the U.S. near, Forbes says the Bahamas must ensure good vaccination coverage. Despite some being vaccinated, Forbes says Bahamians should stay on guard and mask wearing is still crucial.
Some of these variants can break through the vaccines. They're very contagious. All you need is close contact with somebody, and you can be exposed and then get COVID. And even while vaccinated, you have to think about vaccination as another way not to get COVID. You still have to combine it with mask wearing and think of ways to reduce your risk, because you can be around other persons that are not vaccinated. You can be around people who have COVID and can spread COVID to you.
She says the chances of breakthrough infections are extremely minimal and urged residents not to shy away from vaccination because of it. Cleopatra Murphy, ZNS Network News.
During an urgent appeal, hospital officials are calling on the public to collect deceased loved ones at the morgue. Funeral homes are also asked to speed up removing bodies in preparation of burial or else. The PHA is warning that in the event bodies are not removed in a timely manner, it will have no alternative but to seek the required legal authority to have this done. The appeal coming as the morgue is operating beyond capacity. Hospital Administrator Mary Walker recently disclosed that while the morgue has a capacity of 73 bodies, at last count that figure stood at 218. The head of Royal Bahamas Defense Force says efforts continue to manage COVID cases within that organization. Commodore Dr. Raymond King says it's been done within all COVID-19 health and safety protocols.
The medical team is doing a yeoman's job. We continue to enforce the health protocols, and before we deploy any group of persons on board our ships or to the various outstations, we conduct antigen testing, and if we have a suspect case, we would stand down that entire crew and place them on quarantine and investigate further. So that has worked extremely effectively in terms of us managing. So the numbers are extremely within the Royal Bahamas Defense Force.
Well, still to come, the Haitian community mourns the loss of their beloved president, and hear how reopening the straw market is progressing. Those stories and more when we return. And remember to tune in to the Morning Edition with LaDawn Davis and Charles Fisher at 7 o'clock weekday mornings. We also have news updates at every hour, starting at 2 p.m. You can then watch the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, at 6:30, and the National Report live at 7 p.m., all right here on the ZNS Network.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Sun Oil. Shell's Summer of Fun.
When we talk about Bahamians, we talk about a diverse people with very different dreams and goals. What we have in common, what makes us truly Bahamian in our hearts and in our souls, is our love of this beautiful country, our faith in the Almighty God, and our unshakable belief that we are each our brother's keeper. Happy anniversary of independence, Bahamas. From your family at Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Elevate your experience with BTC Superfast Fiber Home Internet, which unlocks unlimited mobile talk, data, and roaming for as low as $50 per line. Enjoy more savings and value with internet speeds of up to 600 megabits per second and all the connectivity you need on the go. An elevated experience starts with BTC at home, powering unlimited mobile talk, data, and roaming plus great savings. Visit a BTC store or btcbahamas.com for more details.
You know that feeling you get when you have an uncontrollable desire for fried chicken? That's the KFC. A substance that stimulates your senses to identify the aroma of our secret recipe or an extra crispy crunch from any distance. It's invisible to the naked eye, but you can feel it traveling throughout your body, taking control so you can enjoy a juicy bite of KFC. Ignite your senses with KFC.
This portion of the news was brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
Haitians to bid farewell to their late president Jovenel Moïse tomorrow during a funeral service on the grounds of his family's private residence on the outskirts of northern Haiti. President Moïse was assassinated at his home in the early morning hours of July 7th. Prime Minister, the Most Honorable Dr. Hubert Minnis, has signed the country's book of condolences at the Haitian Embassy on Shirley Street. He was accompanied by Minister of Foreign Affairs, the Honorable Darren Henfield. While the Haitian community across the Bahamas continues to mourn the death of their president, many of them attended a memorial service for the late president last night at New Covenant Baptist Church. Aldervis Munnings tells us more.
The melodious sounds of the Haitian Men's Choir of the Seventh-day Adventist Church soothed those attending Wednesday night's memorial for Haitian President, the late Jovenel Moïse. The Haitian community filled New Covenant Baptist Church to remember the life of their beloved leader. The Haitian flag draped the church, and many in attendance wore T-shirts to honor his memory. Minister of Foreign Affairs, the Honorable Darren Henfield, remembered meeting President Moïse during an official visit to Haiti several years ago.
You know, on one occasion while we were in Haiti, we attended, the Prime Minister and his delegation from the Bahamas attended the opening of a road in Haiti, which tremendously transformed the travel of his people. So I say to you as people, maybe that which he could not be accomplished during his lifetime can now be accomplished or realized after his death.
Robertson Diodon is of Bahamian Haitian descent and underscored how this special memorial unites the Haitian community.
I think it's important that the people see, not just the Haitian community, the entire Bahamas, to see that a president, a leader of a country, is recognized, and the position itself holds some merit of respect. And the community just feels that if this didn't take place tonight, and with the support from the Minister of Foreign Affairs and the Bahamian public and actually Pastor Bishop Simeon Hall, it would show that this person is united at the time where they need the comfort and they need the support.
President Jovenel Moïse will be laid to rest on Friday. Aldervis Munnings, ZNS Network News.
In other news tonight, parliamentary registration officials are ironing out the kinks ahead of the advance poll for the upcoming general elections. This as speculation grows of an early election being held. Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Public Works, the Honorable Desmond Bannister, anticipates the advance poll going smoothly whenever it takes place.
When we have the advance poll in the elections that are coming up, it is going to be the biggest advance poll ever in the history of the country. It's going to be multiples and multiples more than we've ever had in the advance poll. And so you're going to have some challenges that we have to work our way through now to be able to ensure that we have an election day that runs without flaws, without any problems. The advance poll in the last election, it was a mess, even though this advance poll has many, many more people. We are going to ensure that it's nothing like that.
The Deputy Prime Minister also addressed concerns relating to the validity of the voters' register.
The register is only as good as we are. So as candidates, what every candidate does is go through the register and they look to see who are the people who are deceased, who may still be on the register. And this happens in every election. This is not something new. So if you have people in your constituency who are deceased, you have people who are moved out, that is part of the process of campaigning. And so candidates get out there and they go through the register with a fine-tooth comb. And when that process is completed, candidates ensure that the register is a clean one.
Well, the straw market falling under Minister Bannister's cabinet portfolio. As widely known, it's been over a year now since that facility has been closed due to COVID-19 pandemic. With the country experiencing a surge in COVID-19 infections, hospitalizations coupled with the threat of the COVID-19 Delta variant is still not able to pinpoint a definite date as to when the market will reopen.
There are not sufficient numbers of Bahamians who are vaccinated. That is the concern of the government. We want to be able to open the straw market, but we have a responsibility to Bahamians. We have a responsibility to be able to open it safely. Right now, I am informed that even with the staff of the Straw Market Authority, we have a low number of persons who are vaccinated. So the government has to look at all of these issues. We know that there are a number of vendors who are not vaccinated. We have to make determinations about what is best for the health and safety of our tourist industry and the health and safety of Bahamians everywhere.
Business looking up for the Bahama Resort. President Graham Davis says occupancy is flat compared to 2019, but rate is also up 25%. He told the Bahamas Hotel Tourism Association's Board of Directors virtual meeting today that resort officials are also encouraged by interest for the property in 2022.
Q4 right now, we're forecasting to be up 5% in occupancy over 2019 levels, and also about 5% up in rate in our Q4 forecast going forward. Again, as we start to get into August and into the later months, we start to see our group business returning with very little cancellations at this time. So we're certainly encouraged to see the group starting to return, as well as that very strong leisure demand that we've been seeing over the summer months. When we look forward into 2022 right now, very pleased to report that our pace is up over 2019 levels going into 2020, same time period. Right now, we're up about 10% in our business levels right now on the books for 2022 when we compare it to 2019 going into 2020.
Beginning the second week of August, the Lyndon Pinling International Airport will launch a 90-day pre-check pilot program that will speed up the security screening process for travelers. President and CEO of the Nassau Airport Development Company, Vernice Joaquin, says the pilot is the result of an MOU recently signed between the Ministry of Tourism and Aviation and the Transportation Security Administration.
All of us who are interested in this kind of a passenger processing system will make sure that the pilot is successful so that we can have this as a permanent feature at LPIA. Obviously, this will make our lives a whole lot easier. I think a lot of you are familiar with the fact that this is a random selection by the TSA, but those persons who are approved for pre-check won't need to remove all their shoes and their laptops and other things. So it will expedite the security screening for some of our passengers. And so we're really pleased about this and look forward to the pilot going successfully.
This portion of the news was brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
Health is the greatest gift. That's
That's where we come in. Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies is a premier distributor of medical equipment, as well as medical and surgical consumables. Our engineers are always on hand, providing top care service that saves lives. We carry a wide selection of over-the-counter and prescription items, IV fluids, and other injections. Our products are state-of-the-art, and our entire team stays on top of cutting-edge technology. With more than 2 decades of dedicated service, Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies continues to be a trendsetter and innovator in healthcare. We have set ourselves apart by truly caring for our customers. We understand the intricacies of healthcare, and we produce spectacular results. We cherish our partnerships and nurture our friendships as we continue on our quest to help everyone maintain that wonderful gift of good health. Find us on 9th Fifth Terrace, Centerville, right in the heart of the medical service epicenter of Nassau, Bahamas.
Join up for life insurance. Secure the ones that you love. Join up with Family Guardian. We offer full protection. Join the family. Join the family. Family Guardian. Protect the ones you love. A brand that you can trust. Family Guardian.
How the smartest shoppers are shopping in Nassau. Variety disposable products versus the other guys. $120.40 versus $150. Variety disposable products, 25% savings. Bingo, save $3. Padilla, save $2. Bounty hand towel, $1. And that's how the smartest shoppers saved over $30 on this cart at Variety Disposable.
We elevate, elevate, we elevate, elevate, we elevate, elevate, we elevate, elevate.
I'm Corval Pfeiffer. BTC continues the spirit of giving by going into the Garden Villas community of Grand Bahama. This was the staging ground of our recent food distribution. Giving back is at the core of who we are, and being a part of our community helps to keep us who we are.
Really pleased to be here today in the Garden Villas Park, and BTC, as always, trying to give back to the community. We have organized a food drive, and I'm just looking around the park here, and it's almost overwhelming how many cars are waiting for the drive-through. It's basically a grocery bag pickup.
We gave away bread, we gave away cornflakes and cream, and there was just a number of non-perishable items stuffed in those gift bags.
Look around and see all these cars. People ain't coming out their house after 2 and after 5 this morning if they didn't need it. We need it! We need it!
So the rain came down. It finally cleared up, but we were able to serve over 150 families, and we could not be more proud of the fact that we are part of this community in Grand Bahama.
Whether it's in Garden Villas, Grand Bahama, or anywhere around this country, BTC will always be there to help out wherever and however we can. These are still the moments that move us. I'm Corval Pfeiffer. Be well and be back here. Next, BTC Connection.
When you want to save money on your tile supplies, who you gonna call? The Tile King. When you tile your house and you want to look good, who you gonna call? The Tile King.
Visit the new Tile King showroom, which is internationally recognized as the finest tile showroom in the Caribbean, located in the Builders Mall on Wolf Road.
The Tile King. Who you gonna call? The Tile King.
Tiles on everything.
Shell Unleaded improves your fuel economy, giving increased miles per gallon, allowing you to do more of what you really want. Special additives used in Shell Unleaded improve your engine's efficiency. So go further with Shell Unleaded. Venture out to beaches, Junkanoo, and festivals and bring home memories that will last a lifetime. Shell, fueling journeys that matter.
Bahamas Power and Light has signed a contract with energy conglomerate Wärtsilä that paves the way for the commissioning of a battery energy storage system for BPL's Blue Hills Power Station. Wärtsilä will also provide engineering, procurement, and construction services for BPL. The contract signing follows a rigorous selection process that involved the Ministry of Finance and the Inter-American Development Bank. Meantime, the BESS facility is expected to boost resilience and smartness in the existing Nassau grid. As of Tuesday, the contractor was on site with the work scheduled to begin within 2 months. The target date for completion, July 2022. The award of scholarships to deserving high school students has been delayed. Education officials blaming this on the late start of the 2021 national examinations and the COVID-19 pandemic's impact on school operations. Meantime, awards for new or first-time applicants enrolled in college are being processed and successful applicants notified. The Ministry of Education further noting that it has executed scholarship agreements with a number of international stakeholders, and the selection process for these colleges and university awards has been expedited based on the terms of the various agreements. Well, it was supposed to be a moment of a lifetime. Instead, students of the Bahamas Technical and Vocational Institute's class of 2021 are still waiting with bated breath for the graduation ceremony that was slated to take place nearly 5 days ago. Their grievances follow a series of unfortunate events in which the administration delayed the virtual ceremony back on Saturday before postponing to a later date. Since then, students of the graduating class have been vocal about the mishap. Our news team spoke to 2 students who anonymously shared how they felt about the big moment they say has been snatched away.
To be turned around like this is just unacceptable. I understand if it's beyond their control, fine, but please tell us that. Let us know what is going on or what is expected to happen moving forward. The silence is not okay.
We were robbed of an opportunity to celebrate our success. We are hurt, we are disappointed, and we are still embarrassed. An apology is not enough. We deserve more, we deserve answers, and hopefully a refund of our $200 we paid.
Well, BTVI officials responding in a statement today acknowledging the disappointment shared by its students. The administration opting now to host a series of drive-in ceremonies in both New Providence and Grand Bahama in an effort to, quote, acknowledge the hard work of its 350-plus graduates. The statement going further to apologize to the class of 2021 for inconveniences caused on their big day, adding that a team continues to work on the unspecified technical difficulties that led to the postponement of the first ceremony. New ceremonies are now scheduled to take place a week from now on July 30th. The Institute encourages students to stay tuned to emails and social media for more updates on the matter. A small group of retirees protesting outside Bahamas Union of Teachers headquarters today, demanding that union executives, well, cough up their funds. The show of frustration comes after the demonstrators claim union executives have allegedly withheld pension payouts for more than 400 teachers and as far back as 2016. Their main gripe, a lump sum payment of $1,000 owed to teachers upon retirement, which they say has been completely disregarded by top execs.
You feel broken, you feel despondent, you feel rejected because you supported your union.
I am entitled to my $1,000 plus other interests. So far I've received nothing, and I don't think it's fair. I should have received my money, and I am very, very disappointed in the Bahamas Union of Teachers Executives.
I was a fighter for this union, and I think I deserve all of my monies that are owed to me. I could not even receive my Christmas voucher.
Well, we reached out to the Bahamas Union of Teachers President Belinda Wilson for a response. Wilson insisting their grievances are part of an internal matter, one she will not discuss publicly. Farming one way, the more than 1,600 inmates incarcerated at the Bahamas Department of Correctional Services enhance their skills. Inmate Keto Pritchard has used his green thumb to grow the remand center's garden.
I was working in the garden for a month now, and the variety of fruits we have is pumpkins, melon, cantaloupes, jalapenos.
Acting Director of Minimum Security Gerald Stevens says farming is a great opportunity for rehabilitation.
It'll prepare them to go out on the road so that they'll be able to invest in their own farm and to make a living for themselves when they leave this institution.
Well, last week we took a look at gentrification, how gentrification has impacted over the Hill communities here in the capital. Lloyd Allen concludes the series listing some of the challenges and tools needed to improve urban development and renewal.
In part one, we explored the impact of gentrification from a longtime resident who says the biggest changes identified has been the slow replacement of a once close-knit community to one filled with transient residents. Dr. Jacinta Higgs from the Ministry of Social Services and Urban Development says the impact of change is deep and can affect families and communities in many ways.
Installing walkways, water pumps, making sure that they are installed as the people need them and where they need them. Then also removing old water pipes, old rusty water pipes, replacing them with new, clean water pipes for running water.
Dr. Higgs argues that these efforts are designed to usher poorer residents into modernized and functional homes and living spaces. But like most initiatives, there are drawbacks.
Gentrification, though, as it involves all of these essence, usually comes with some negative impact. And so, as well as this urban renewal development or this development of communities. And so sometimes the contractors who are employed to help carry out the work, they would go into the community and they would demolish buildings, and those buildings have historic value.
Additionally, she says many descendants of areas like Congo Town and other parts of Fox Hill, and by extension, the Eastern Road, were uprooted by affluent families purchasing properties in the area and forcing many out.
They came in, they said they want to improve those areas. They bought out a lot of those families. Thank God there are some families still on Eastern Road. And then they relocated the majority of the Fox Hillians into what they call New Guinea, the heart of Fox Hill Village.
To curb the impact of gentrification, Dr. Higgs offers this advice.
Most of these communities now will now be assisted by the economic free zone, the media, as well as the civil society organizations, the schools, the churches, working in concert with the government, must ensure that we mitigate and to ensure that the majority of people living in these communities improve their lives.
Lloyd Allen, ZNS Network News.
Well, as we head to the break, we'd like to thank all our viewers watching us live on our social media platforms. And just in case you missed the news, be sure to head there to catch up. Stay with us. There's more after the break.
Every day, it takes a commitment to quality, a commitment to the people. Here at Impact, we commit to you, to providing you with the best, most efficient waste management service in the country. Across the Bahamas, every home and any event is within our reach. and let the fastest growing and most reliable team help keep your Bahamas clean. Impact Waste Management Company, committed to you.
Everyone's excited about the $8 meal of the day. Every day, it's a different 6-inch sub, plus chips and a 20-ounce drink for just $8. That feels like fresh value. Come in any day of the week for one of your favorite 6-inch subs. Like turkey breast, meatball marinara, sweet onion chicken teriyaki, black forest ham, Italian BMT, oven roasted chicken, and tuna. Then add chips and a 20-ounce drink, and you've got the $8 meal of the day. A great meal at a great price every day of the week. Only at Subway.
It's Shay here, and welcome to our first installment of Alive's Community Corner. Not only is Alive a digital service provider, and beyond those great deals and services that we provide you, Alive is committed to the community. So here's a look at what we did for Mother's and Father's Day. This episode, and we look forward to sharing with you so many more of our community moments. So why Alive? Because you deserve it.
Activate your power with the new Scotia Card MasterCard Debit for a chance to win a brand new 2021 Toyota RAV4. Every spend gives you an instant entry to qualify. Shop online, at the gas station, or at any POS machine for your chance to win. Competition runs from now until August 31. Activate your power and win with the new Scotia Card MasterCard Debit. Approved under Section 61G of the Gaming Act 2014. Applicable to Bahamas only.
Today is a day for fun. Today is a day for family. So why should yesterday's worries affect my today? That's why I insure my family with J.S. Johnson, because their mission is to provide us with the best insurance coverage possible. With J.S. Johnson, I know my family comes first, so I take comfort in knowing that they always have us covered, providing us with a great today and an even better tomorrow.
J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers, giving you peace of mind.
Members of Exuma's local government district council getting an update on the multi-million-dollar road project underway on that island. Carrying out the work, Bahamas Striping Group of Companies. District Council member Patterson Smith anticipates fruitful discussions.
A joint effort between local government here and the contractors to try to come together to see how we can effectively and better continue the roadway project here in Exuma and try to limit and mitigate the negative effect to the vehicular population and businesses alike here in Exuma. So one of a series of meetings that we plan to have going forward to better inform Exumians of the process and the project that is taking place here in Exuma.
Bahamas Striping's Managing Director, Alan Albury, is satisfied with the project so far.
We're pleased to have this partnership, and we look forward to strengthening the partnership moving forward and extending that to the wider community to ensure that everyone remains safe and that we deliver roads that are going to meet international standards.
Well, it's time now for a check on Family Island weather with Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean. Good evening, Basil.
Good evening, Makishla. Outside of our studios this evening, we are under partly sunny skies. Temperature at 88 degrees, the relative humidity at 62%, south-southeast winds at 7 miles per hour, the barometric pressure 1,020.7 millibars, that's 30.15 inches, and the pressure is falling. Temperatures around the islands this evening, they are brought to you by Family Guardian Insurance Company. We're protecting you. 86 degrees in Freeport, Grand Bahama, and Grand Turtle Key, Abaco, Marshall, Abaco at 84. 85 degrees in the Berry Islands, Alistown, Bimini, 86, 85 in Harbor Island. Rock Sound, Eleuthera, 86 degrees, 86 also in Black Point, Exuma, Kemps Bay, South Andros, and Fresh Creek in Central Andros. Rock, Alistown, Cat Island, 86, 86 also in San Salvador and Rum Key, Georgetown, Exuma, 84 degrees, 84s in Ragged Island, Clarence Down, Long Island, Crooked Island, Betsy Bay and Acklands, Matthew Town, Inagua at 86, and the Turks and Caicos Islands, 84 degrees. And your boating forecast tonight is brought to you by Builders Mall, home of FYP, the Tile King, and the Paint Setter in the Northwestern Islands tonight. Southeast to south winds, the speeds, they're going to be around 10 to 15 knots, wave heights 2 to 4 feet. High tide at 7:22 this evening. In the central and southeastern parts of our country tonight, southeasterly winds 12 to 18 knots, wave heights 3 to 6 feet over the ocean. Caution flags are in place for boaters in the central and southeastern islands tonight. Now tomorrow, which is Friday, the winds will fall off light and variable in the northwest Bahamas with very flat seas, 1 to 3 feet over the ocean. High tide on Friday will take place at 7:41 in the morning with a low tide at 1:48 in the afternoon. For the central islands on Friday, southeast winds 10 to 15 knots, wave heights 2 to 4 feet. In the southeast Bahamas, the wind's going to be just a tad stronger at 12 to 18 knots. Out of the east to southeast, 3 to 6 feet wave heights, caution flags remaining for the southeast Bahamas tomorrow. Now, as we go into Saturday, the winds become more southerly at 10 to 15 knots. This is in the northwest Bahamas. Wave heights back up 2 to 4 feet. High tide on Saturday, 8:35 in the morning with the low tide at 2:41 in the afternoon. For the central islands on Saturday, that southeast component will continue at 10 to 15 knots and the wave heights holding at 2 to 4 feet. For the southeast Bahamas on Saturday, southeast at 15 knots, wave height 3 to 5 feet with just a margin chop. And that's going to do it for your boating forecast. It's time now for your international temperatures, and they are brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
Talking food is a very serious thing. Talking food is a crying shame. Talking food, it will taste your blood. For talking food will leave you lying in the mud. Harry talking food, Jimmy look him in the head. He breaks you the bush crying, oh Lord, I got dead. It's my and short, she come running out the house. Forget she's scared of blood, almost fall on her mouth.
Do it for your international temperatures, brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. But stay tuned, your extended weather forecast is still ahead.
Let this week's specials put a smile back on your face at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets. Rainbow Evaporated Milk, large can, 89 cents. Campbell's Chunky Soups, 19-ounce size, $2.39. Super Value Alkaline Water, 1 gallon, $1.69. Premium boneless strip steaks, $8.99 per pound. Fresh limes, 4 for $1. Working hard every day to keep your prices down. That's Super Value and Quality Supermarkets.
Elevate your experience with BTC Superfast Fiber Home Internet, which unlocks unlimited mobile talk, data, and roaming for as low as $50 per line. Enjoy more savings and value with internet speeds of up to 600 megabits per second and all the connectivity you need on the go. An elevated experience starts with BTC at home, powering unlimited mobile talk, data, and roaming plus great savings. Visit a BTC store or btcbahamas.com for more details.
It is important that you follow these 4 R's when taking your medications. Right drug, Remember that each medication is specific for each individual, and what may work for one person may not work for the other. Right dose. Taking more or less than what is prescribed by your provider may cause you to either run out of your pills faster, it may affect your kidneys or liver, and it may even worsen your medical condition. Right time. Taking medications when told ensures that you have enough medication in your body to fight off the illness you may have. Right way. If your medication calls for you to take it whole, with food, or at night only, please follow these directions as there may be side effects. Make a commitment today to be adherent to your medication regimen and practice healthy living.
This message has been brought to you by the Bahamas AIDS Foundation with funding provided by PEPFAR, USAID Local Capacity Initiative Small Grant.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
Well, you can now watch the 2021 Tokyo Summer Olympic Games here on the ZNS Network. The Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas, ZNS, has acquired the exclusive free-to-air rights to broadcast this summer's Olympic Games from International Media Content Limited, the parent company of Sportsmax. That's the sole entity authorized to grant the sub-license to ZNS in the Bahamas for over-the-air live, deferred, and delayed television transmission with commentary. ZNS's Deputy General Manager of News, Programming and Special Projects, Beverly Curry, encourages all Olympic fans to watch Team Bahamas.
This is a perfect opportunity to focus on Bahamians participating in the Olympics, and we are now able to showcase their talents. So on behalf of the Executive Chairman and Board of Directors and the Executive Management Team, we want to say thank you, BTC, for partnering with us. We've had a long, outstanding relationship.
ZNS will partner with BTC to air the Summer Olympic Games. CEO Andre Forster hopes all Bahamians can get in the Olympic spirit.
As the ZNS logo says, that nothing covers the sun better. Making sure that we have great connectivity as well as great coverage of these great events, the Olympics for Bahamians is super important. So, us being able to partner with the BCB, make sure that these great Olympic Games for 2021 are available to all Bahamians, it's just a way of giving back. And again, this is something that's, it's free to air, which is amazing, right? It means that anybody that has a TV can actually pick up and watch, our athletes compete on the world stage.
Her dream was to one day make an Olympic team. For 17-year-old Lakathira Cooper, that dream came sooner than she thought, as the St. Augustine College Big Red Machine sprinter was selected a member of this year's team headed to Tokyo.
I was excited and nervous. I didn't expect it to happen so fast. But I was excited, happy for myself. My friends were supporting me all the way through. The colleges, they messaged me. My coach was happy for me. My mommy was happy for me. Everybody was happy for me and supported me.
So what is Cooper anticipating and expectations?
I don't know, it's a big stage. The only disadvantage is that COVID has happened, so no fans will be there to watch me. But it's still a big stage, and I'll just try my best there. I expect to do good, represent my country, make my country proud of me, and I'm going to try my best to make everybody happy. Yes, taking pictures with everybody and recording videos with them.
A little known last season, this one was a breakout one.
My goal was to just PR and everything in all my events and just get faster. But this was a good season. This was one of the best seasons ever. Last season, I just moved Nassau, and it was nobody to know me. Nobody expect me to be like this. And then this year, I just surprised and shocked everybody. It started off with me on Zoom practicing with my coach because the emergency orders wasn't allowing us to practice. Then we started practicing, and then I just keep working on because I know I had to make everybody proud, make me proud, because I have something for her.
Just a day before she leaves and begins that long trek to Tokyo, preparation has been key.
Training every day at 4:30. If I'm not training, I probably away running. And if not, sleeping, getting ready, resting.
And she has already had that experience running with the big girls, having finished third in the 20 meters at the recent Beast Race Nationals last month.
I was excited. I wasn't scared. I was just happy. I think I could have beat her, by the way. Well, I just want to... Lashonde and all the rest of the teammates encourage me because they're older than me and they have a lot of experience.
So her bags are packed and she is ready to go.
I just obeying the order what they give us. If we can't go a certain place, I won't go that place. It's a lot of tests you have to take, like a lot of tests. You got to fill out health visas. It's a lot of work.
The smartest shoppers are shopping in Nassau. Variety disposable products versus the other guys. $120.40 versus $150. Variety disposable products, 25% savings. Bingo, save $3. Badia, save $2. Bounty hand towel, $1. And that's how the smartest shoppers saved over $30 on this cart at Variety Disposable.
Hurricane season is here, so now's the time to start checking off your list. Make note of what you have. Test your batteries, radio, flashlights, and the expiry date on your first aid kit. You may have to replace a few things. Then make sure you have at least 1 gallon of drinking water per day for each person, 2 weeks supply of non-perishable food, a cooler for ice, and if you have an infant, pack a bag of baby items. Keep spare toilet paper, paper towels, and sanitation wipes, along with cleanup supplies, trash bags, waterproof packaging for personal documents, and mosquito repellent. Have 2 extra face masks per person and enough hand sanitizer and life vests for everyone in the household. And have a plan. If shelter gets compromised, plan with household members beforehand how you will escape. That might mean having a knife, axe, crowbar, or other tool to pry open a door, window, or roofing in an emergency. For more information and a full hurricane prep checklist, visit znsbahamas.com.
Time now for weather.
In our final look at weather, we get you started in the tropics, and the tropics remain quiet this evening, and that's because we have that Sahara dust that continues to streak across the Atlantic in our area, and that's also providing some hazy conditions during the daytime. Also, there's some strong upper-level wind sharing taking place, and that is keeping a lid on any kind of development across the Atlantic. However, there is an area of low pressure just across the Texas area, and it's creating quite a bit of rain showers in that part of the United States, and the computer models are also suggesting that this low will eventually move towards the east over the next day or two, and as it does so, it will eventually merge into the waters just to the east of the Florida Peninsula, and once that happens, the probability of that development bumps up to 30%, and whether it develops into any tropical system or not, what it's going to do is create quite a bit of rains across the Florida area over the weekend and the early part of next week for those of you who just might be traveling into the Florida area. Satellite pictures showing upper level low spinning just off to the east of the southeast Bahamas. High pressure remains in control, and that will maintain some moderate breezes, but those winds will be dying down over the next couple of days as we head into the weekend. Showers continuing in pockets over parts of the northwest Bahamas, and they will be somewhat of an isolated nature moving forward. The forecast for tonight, partly cloudy with a couple of showers developing late as a result of that little troughing you saw there in the extreme northwest Bahamas. Low temperature tonight down to 79 degrees, and tomorrow it's going to be a relatively beautiful day with periods of clouds and sunshine, but a bit on the humid side because those winds are going to be primarily out of the south, ushering in lots of moisture in our atmosphere, and with those high relative humidity, the heat index once again is going to be up there in the triple digits. Today, I think we were around 108 degrees, could equal that again tomorrow. 7-day forecast keeping you close to the 90-degree mark for the most part right through the daytime, low 70s, low 80s, pardon me, at nighttime. So the nights remains a bit on the warm and humid side. On Saturday, there's a greater chance of some showers taking place. Things improve thereafter as we head into the early part of next week with lots of sunshine in the forecast. Makishla.
Well, thanks, Basil. That does it for the Bahamas tonight. We thank you for continuing to make ZNS your #1 news and information network. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better than ZNS. On behalf of the entire team here, thanks for watching and good night.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.